Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. I know I haven't made a video in a bit. I just made like the little short videos and stuff. But I think for today we are going to be closing a bullish day. And I am currently long. I did long at on that open, and we shot up about $2, which is pretty dope. Made some quick cash on that. Right now, it does look like we want to continue to drop on the SPY. And keep in mind, you did close that bear trigger right here. It looks like you are running a triple top here on that hour resistance. And that 30-minute wants to close bearish as well. The 1 hour wants to close bearish as well. The 4 hour wants to close. It's still technically bullish, but again, that daily is really running strong right now. So I do think that we're going to keep pushing towards the upside. I think we might actually end up rallying today a little bit more once that 5-minute goes to the stronger side. But again, that daily is really like indicative of where we're going to go. I think that by the end of the day, we could end at 447, possibly 448, a little bit higher. I think after this closes right now on a bull trigger, I think we'll keep pushing more towards the upside, and the daily trigger is going to be closing. I'm like 99% sure it's going to close bullish, right? So before I continue the video, before I keep going, please like, subscribe, and comment. The website is patreon.com/butI'mNotATrader. I will be releasing my website pretty soon. Just figuring out the name, but everything on the back end is pretty much figured out. I'm just kind of finalizing the name right now, but I do think that as of right now, we're going to keep pushing up. We'll also look at, so let's look at the main. I know that NVIDIA actually started running up pretty hard, so we'll focus on just the big tech for now. So we'll look at Apple. I'm definitely extremely bullish right now. I think that 180 is gonna hit for sure within the next week or two, right? I do think that we're probably going to go back to like 184. If 184 breaks, I think we're going to be closing that gap. So I think that on Apple right now, I think that the drop right now for the most part is kind of done. And I think we'll do something like this and then come back down, something like that. But again, we'll do some more TA when we come back to this level. But I do think that right now we are looking at a recovery for most of the tickers, right? For most of the tickers right now. Tesla is unfortunately closing a full daily candle under this 240, which kind of symbolizes where we're actually going to go. We are going to have confirmation of us closing under this big 240 level. So I do think Tesla is going to be coming back down to 224. And I think it's going to continue its downtrend for a little bit longer, to be honest. 4 hour, yeah, bearish. Would not be surprised to see Tesla back at 224, 225 relatively soon. NVIDIA did break down a lot lower, right? And then today you had a massive recovery. But I think for now, because you have earnings in August 23rd, I think for the most part, you might come back down to retest this 424. But I think you are now headed on the upside, and you're looking at possibly, because we had pretty good daily support here. Watch. Yeah, pretty nice daily support here, like right there. So we'll add that there. Really good daily support here on 405. Give me 1 second. And you are going to be closing a bullish day on NVIDIA. So I do think NVIDIA possibly coming back, possibly running back to trend, for earnings. So I can definitely see NVIDIA at like a 460-ish by August 23rd, right? So NVIDIA, QQQ, again, same thing, closing a bull day. I mean, you have, let me see where we have most of the majority of this. QQQ. I mean, you're on you're right under really good resistance. So I think 370 is almost guaranteed right there, right? I do think 370 is almost guaranteed. 376, and then we have that before a nice little drop. So I think if 370 breaks, you did bounce pretty nicely on here. So I think this is good. You might actually just trade on range, honestly. Right, so keep in mind, you have resistance, or you have support from here, right? That's why you bounce right there. But you are closing a daily bull trigger. So I would not be surprised if we see QQQ at 375 in the next week or two. And if we do jump up to 375, I would not be surprised if maybe you come down here and retest like 370, 372, and then pump all the way to fill that gap at 380. So QQQ, Amazon, same thing. I really thought you were going to drop a lot harder here, down to at least like 135, but you're already recovering, right? On the 4 hour here, I would definitely take this long on Amazon up to like 142. Short term ish, I definitely see it moving up a little bit harder. Stochastic is a little bit on the high side, so I prefer this to be a little bit lower. Where are we on the hour? You're on. I mean, you're on structure. So no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do anything yet. The only way that I run Amazon is if it actually comes back to possibly like 137, which I would long, or if it comes back to 142, I'd short. But I mean, if you're longing from here, it's pretty risky because you can equally drop back down to 137 or run to 142, right? So again, same thing for Meta. Short term, Meta does look like it might actually drop a little bit. I mean, what if we front run it? If we front run it, but that was on earnings, and you are on some pretty good structure on the daily for Meta, right? So on Meta, you have right there, you have right there, structure here. You might have structure. The thing is, you don't have any structure here. That's the part that kind of like trips me out, right? There's no structure here on Meta, so you're right in the middle. I wouldn't take any trade on Meta right now. You're right there on the middle. Let's see. The retest. Yeah, you did. You actually did bounce off that daily. So I think for now we can use the hour, right, to see if we have any big levels here, right? Charts. Yeah, Meta has a higher chance of. Let me see. On the hour, up here, right there. We'll do like ranges, right? And then you have some pretty nice right there. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything on Meta right now. You already retested this low here at like 297, 298-ish, and you bounced up super hard. So I would only take longs if you come back to like 300, 301, or back down to like a 298, 297. So again, this could pop up, but again, I'd be more comfortable to just chill on this position, and you look like you do have a small little trend here, like a minor trend running right there. So I would not be surprised to see us drop all the way back down here to 297, 298, double bottom, and then push to the upside. So I would only long Meta if you hit this 298 again level on Meta. And then Microsoft's pretty weak, honestly. Microsoft's pretty weak. You ran up, rejected this 323, 324 level on the daily. Did you bounce here? Do you have anything on the daily here for a bounce? Let's double check. I think I only have my. Oh, you do actually. You do have some nice. You have some nice structure there. So nice structure here, right there. Next structure would be there. Daily structure here, and yeah, I think that's it. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these green boys charts. We'll go down on the hour. There's way too many things that I got going on here, so get rid of this, get rid of the green, get rid of this. Let me see. There we go. So, do we have any range here on Microsoft? Do you have double range here? Microsoft, do you have double range here? Double range, yeah, I'd call that double range. You have here. Here, and you have range there. I can delete this. I don't need that. Yeah, so it looks like this is gonna be your range on Microsoft. It looks pretty weak. You have double resistance here. I would not be surprised to see to see Microsoft back at like 320-ish, 319. So I'd wait it out. I think there's a higher chance of Amazon dropping a little. Microsoft dropping a little bit more, but we'll see. It's kind of holding sideways a little bit. It wants to push up, but yeah, there's nothing I would do here on Microsoft. I mean, if you break this 323 level, then I'd consider longing to 326, but for the most part, it's too much of a risk, right? So I wouldn't really do anything. But yeah, everything looks pretty solid. DXY still running up. It's going to close a bull trigger on the 30 minutes. So, I probably expect SPY to keep dropping to the lower side, right? Look at that. Yeah, it does not want to push up. You're on the 50 MA, but again, the dollar looks like it wants to keep pushing. So I would not be surprised to see SPY back at like 446 by the end of the day. You need that bull trigger to close, and it's not closing. So I'm more inclined to think that SPY is going to drop down to 446 as opposed to like breaking this resistance up to 448. So yeah, see, you can already see it starting to come back down a little bit stronger there. Look at that. You're about to break these lows right now. I can even show you guys. Look. Let me see. Did it break low? 44674, 44670. So you're right on that like support. So we'll see. We'll see if you actually break, right? I mean, we have to do like, the 5 minute. If this breaks here, yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of it right here. If this breaks, if that structure breaks like that, you're kind of done. You're gonna go all the way back down to 446. Would not be surprised. Again, you have 5 minute support here, right? If this breaks, you're probably going back down to 446. But again, I really want that 5 minute to close because I'm still in longs. And if we actually do end up breaking 447 by the end of the day, I think we can rally super hard towards 448. But we'll see. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.